Clay Wood he's basically said, you get me once a year, you pick that time, use it wisely. So we're using it. We're using that card right now. How are you, my friend?
Doing well, Tony. How are you?
This is it. You got 4 left.
4 left. Yep. We're winding down. It's a grind.
It is a grind, and I don't think people understand. I get to see it because doing the post-game show, everybody's gone, and I get to see everything you guys do. I don't think people understand the hours that you guys put in when you show up to when you leave, how much you manicure and baby this beautiful grass throughout the baseball season.
Yeah, the crew just puts in just an immense amount of hours. People have no clue. There are certain people who do, but, people that see it, guys that appreciate it. But, yeah, the guys are here. They put their heart and soul into this field every single day. It's basically like repeat and rinse every day. We're just doing the same things over and over, trying to keep the field the best it can be, the most consistent it can possibly be for these guys every day. So it's not easy to make a field look like this. And, players leave and they go coach somewhere and they always call back like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Some guys take it for granted. Some guys don't. But, I think, if you're here every day, you see what it takes to make this happen. It's pretty awesome.
How proud are you that so many players will say that this is the top grass playing surface in all of Major League Baseball?
Yeah, it's a testament to the crew and just the effort that they put in, really. And myself, I'll give the crew all the credit in the world. But, we hear it a lot from visiting players. Just, they love playing here. The consistency of the surface, how flat it is. So we get it a lot. It's not something that we expect, but, it's certainly nice when you hear it, for sure.
How has the world changed for you once the Raiders left?
I think it's really been a whole complete lifestyle change, really. Not just, work wise, but, family time wise and, stress level wise, both physically and mentally. It's really a life-changing event for somebody like me who the first 25 years I was here, I had to deal with both. So, to have it for that many years and then all of a sudden not have it, it's definitely, definitely a lifestyle change for sure.
What's so interesting too, when we talk about how so many people love the playing surface, it's not like this stays here year round. You constantly have to redo it.
Well, we will this year. We're not
no monster trucks. No.
The major dirt shows are moving back over to San Francisco to Oracle Park. So we'll be able to keep this field, maintain it, not have to rebuild it this year, which is
so this grass will now be here year round.
It will be. For at least this year. We'll see what changes next year, if anything. But,
does that change anything for you?
Yeah, it changes a little bit. Just, our approach to the off season, how we maintain it, what we'll have to do throughout the course of the year. We won't have to do a lot. Once the days are getting shorter, things are staying wetter. The grass will go into a little bit of dormancy at some point. So it's not like we're going to have to mow every day and
it's a winter. Yeah.
But we will have to maintain and do some things that we wouldn't do if we were going to cover it with 6,000 yards of dirt, for sure. So
I remember years ago, 49er players would talk about, this is old school, when they would drive in and they were going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody, but they say, you come into Candlestick Park, they would look at the bay and they would know whether it was going to be a soggy field at Candlestick or a dry field, right? And which size cleats to wear. We're below sea level.
Right.
How much does that affect the surface on a day-to-day basis?
A lot. People don't, realize, and it's not just, this time of year. You can see the shadows are already covering the field. Days are shorter. The morning we get really long shadows from Mount Davis and the scoreboard and all those things factor into, to how the field plays and playability of field can, it can change overnight once once fall hits and really what we call the worm turns and like I said, those shorter days, sun angle, all those things, just they make a huge difference. And sea level here for sure, being 22 feet below sea level at the playing surface, the tide being in or out, or
Do you check the tides?
Yeah, I do check the tides. I don't check them on a daily basis here, more for fishing, but fishing in the
Tough
Delta.
life.
But I mean, it's almost to the point now where, especially in the wintertime, I used to be able to walk across the field and I could tell whether the tide was in and, if that slough behind the stadium would be full of water. I mean, it's just one of those things you get a feel for it. Just
every 12 hours, tide goes in, then goes out.
Just walking across the field. It's it's a unique situation here for sure. Even, the funny thing about Candlestick was it was actually, I think, 9 feet above sea level, but definitely still had some tidal influence. But
it's right on the water.
But right on the water and definitely, but above sea level, and that's the thing here. I think, possibly we're the only stadium in the country that's below sea level, and then being 22 feet. That's a long ways.
Well, you just don't. It's grass. It's a living organism, and that's what I always thought about when I also would do the Raiders shows, and I'd watch you guys take down. I'd watch you set up. I'd watch you take down. Whether I was doing A's or Raiders, I got to see all that and how the grass was being suffocated by the stands for the Raiders stands would be out here, or they come right out of Mount Davis, and you guys would set up. I mean, it was really tough for the grass. So,
yeah,
having the playing surface be consistent, all those years of playing playoff games still with like this and painting the grass was brutal. It's just nice to have a consistent playing surface.
It is. It's nice not to have to worry about, in July, we have to start, overseeding or prepping or, really, we used to have to start altering things in July to prepare for August preseason football. Those days are gone. We don't really have to change a whole lot. Once we start get shorter days, we have to adjust water and things like that. But I mean, really, it was, it was like, okay, football's coming. We have to do some things different for, those conversions, which were absolutely, it only took one. That was the thing. You could play 50 baseball games and the field would still be beautiful and play one football game, one conversion. And, the field was never the same after that. I mean, the crew did a great job. We kept it nice. We kept it consistent the best we could. But, the field was never the same after that first football conversion. It's not possible.
All right. I keep my ear to the ground around this joint. I've been around here a long time.
All right.
Concerts, maybe soccer games coming to the Coliseum. How much, like going into next year, how much could that affect the playing service?
It definitely affects it.
How much control do you have with that?
Well, really not much control over whether they do them or not.
Oh yeah.
But
you're not scheduling the concerts?
Yeah. No, there would be no concerts if I was scheduling.
It wasn't Bad Bunny's people calling you up. And,
no. We're usually the last to find out when it comes to some of that stuff. Now with the soccer, that's something that we've been alerted to. That was more of an A's thing, and we were alerted to that early. That could happen in March. I don't think it's a done deal yet, but that's certainly close to baseball, and we'd have to cover the infield dirt with grass, and you have to kind of manipulate those edges for soccer so that they have a smooth transition. So definitely affects, what we're doing here. Soccer's not nearly as invasive as football, but, you have lines out there, you have transitions where you have sod from, soccer on the dirt. So yeah, there are some things to consider. And then concerts, the stages have come a long way. So if they use the modular stage that comes in and cover the, the field with the plastic flooring, concerts aren't as damaging as they used to be. They used to be brutal before the higher quality plastic flooring. Now that, fields in general kind of hold up better to concerts with the newer technology.
All right. I'm going to give you a magic wand. We'll end on this. You could change anything about the Coliseum. Magic wand. Boom. You're like Glinda, the magical, what was she, the magical?
This is so just.
You can do anything you want. Anything you want. Magic wand, you get one, genie in the bottle.
Look.
Genie comes out, you don't get 3 wishes, you get 1. Anything to this facility, bang, what would you do?
For me, it'd be a new irrigation system. We've had so many issues over the last few years. It's 24 plus years old, and we have mainline breaks, and I mean, I guess, there's so many things you could do to this
You
place.
get one. You get
one.
one.
I'll take a new irrigation system. If they could just do it, just make it happen. I'll take that.
That's it. Cody, what's your one? You get one.
I have to think about it. You put me on the spot here. I mean, irrigation.
That's what Guess get put on the spot.
Irrigation system is pretty big deal. You got to keep.
You're going irrigate. Cody's going irrigation system too.
As a big
what
lawn,
a chump.
as a big lawn guy at my apartment, I have to keep track of the lawn and take care of it.
I'm a big lawn guy.
Now, Townie, what is yours?
Oh, a studio for me. Ace Gas Studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wham! I mean, it'd be
now. Would that be in the treehouse or would that be?
Oh no, too far away.
Okay,
We're gonna have our own high tech.
I want to sound on the field live during games.
Yeah, you say that now, so you're down here freezing. I want my own studio. I want a multi-million-dollar studio of my own.
Okay.
That's what I want. Brilliance, to bring you the brilliance.
Good stuff.
Instead of your guys running me over all day long here on the field, I want my own studio. That's what I would. I know a lot of people would say Mount Davis. They would just get rid of Mount Davis.
It doesn't serve a purpose like it used to. So, it would certainly free things up a little bit and kind of open up and expand some views again. But, yeah.
You're going irrigation.
I'm going irrigation system.
Irrigation it is. All right, my friend.
Townie, thanks,
One
buddy.
time a year, we get you. Your
Sounds
busy
good.
schedule.
All right.
Well, hey, got any big plans off season? You're done in 4 days.
No big plans. Got a daughter in school, and it's tough to get away for when the kids are in school. So just fishing, golfing, duck hunting, and just.
Is Reba ready to go?
Reba's ready. Yep. Got to get her in a little bit better shape, but she's ready to go. Keep her out of that visiting clubhouse.
How do you get the dog in shape for duck hunting season?
You just run her. You play fetch. She's a retriever. She goes and gets the ball. So
probably, most famous dog in baseball.
I'm gonna say probably. I don't know of a whole lot of other dogs, but yeah, she's a superstar and just a great dog. We love having her around. So
Bob Melvin claims that when he came back this time, Reba remembered him.
I would certainly not doubt that one bit. I mean, when Bob was here, he spent a lot of time with Reba. Every day he'd run the stairs and he'd come down. He'd always have a water bottle. He'd take one sip and then the rest would go to Reba, and they spend 15, 20 minutes just playing fetch and hanging out. And yeah, so that didn't surprise me a bit when he came walking out. She turned around and ran right to him. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise her. She's a smart dog.
How many people talk to you about your dog, and is your dog more popular than you are?
I'm gonna have to say yes. I'd say on an average day, there's probably at least 10 people that say hi to Reba before they say, before they acknowledge me. It's like, oh, Reba, oh, hey Clay, how's it going? Yeah. So I mean that happens daily by a lot of people. So I'm used to it. I think, sometimes my wife does it at home. So that's
Spencer the dog gets way more love than I do at home. Great stuff. Coming up next, we get you ready for the 8. Are you ready? Revenge series for 12 and 13.
Oh, this series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Get back at these SOBs for what happened.
Verlander's not on this team.
I bring him back. Jim Leland can smoke cigarettes in the dugout all he wants. Let's go. Revenge series. That is still I told somebody, I'm like, probably the last time that a manager was smoking cigarettes in a dugout was
that may have
smoking Jim.
May have been. Yep. That might have been the last time.